In this movie, I'm going to talk about inline graphics. That's putting graphics in the text so that when you move the text, the graphic moves with it. So let's go to our mini bridge here and we'll insert this red chili here. I'm just going to make it pretty small here. So the object here is to insert it with this text over here, maybe to indicate that this is a hot item. So if I just place it there, but I've moved that over, I've got to move that as well. So it'd be nice to have them linked together. So I'll just select it like this and I'll cut it. Control or Command X like this. And then I'll insert the cursor where I want to place it. And then just paste it, Control or Command V. And there it is. Now notice it automatically starts at the baseline here. So that's where it positioned it. But if I want to move it like that, I can just press it down and move it like that. Now, it's limited in what I can do here. I can move it up and down like a yo-yo if I want, but I can't move it to the right or to the left. But there are some options that we can use on it. So if we go to the Object menu and choose Anchored Object and choose Options. Here we've got the position inline or above. Now, there is a custom option which we'll get to in the next movie, so we'll just leave this one. Inline option, I'll turn preview on here. We can just do what I did manually simply by clicking on this. If we have above line chosen, then we have some alignment options. Here we can choose left align, right align, goes over there, center, and then towards spine, away from spine. You see this is the spine here, towards spine and away from spine. Let's put it towards spine like this. And I'll just click on OK here. And notice that when I take this now and move it across the page, it moves towards the spine. So it's always going to move there depending on where I have this positioned. Let's go back into the Anchored Object options here. Got to select it first. And we'll just keep it left here. We can adjust the space above and the space below. So that's the space above where it was in the first paragraph relative to the paragraph above it. And of course, similarly, the space below like that. The other thing you can do is prevent manual positioning by clicking in that. That way, I can't come in and click on it and move it. That's probably one we don't want to do, so let me hit undo like that. So you can move it a little bit. Here I'm just kind of moving the text rather than it, up and down like that. But you'll notice that I can never move it above where we inserted it. We inserted it in front of this end, so I can't move it in front of the B for beef fajitas. Of course, we could cut it like that, come in here and paste it in there, and then just manually position it here. Now, the other thing you will, of course, have noticed is that this text is running over it. So we'd probably want to put some text wrap on that. So I'm going to come to my window menu here and choose text wrap. Here we can just simply click on a wrap around bounding box like that. It wraps around it, and we can individually change it. Now, if I have the chain link closed, it'll make all sides the same. We don't really need to do that. We just need to push it off to the right a little bit. So I'll just set this one here so that it offsets it a little bit to the right. Close that up. And there we have an inline graphic. Now in the next movie, we get into a little bit more advanced features of basically the same thing, and that is called anchored objects.